Did you know that a staggering 97% of website visitors do not take action when they hit your pages? Think of all of that potential just slipping away. But what if you could bring some of those visitors back and turn them into paying customers? That's where a killer retargeting ad strategy comes into play. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how to use retargeting to bring these visitors back to your website, increase touch points, which will increase conversions. You've worked hard for that traffic, so don't let it go to waste. And stick around to learn how to turn visitors into buyers. So let's go. All right, so let's just briefly go over why a retargeting ad strategy makes sense. So with traditional SEO, you're working really hard to target low competition keywords that are intent-based to bring people to your website pages and posts. Now, for a lot of these people, that's their first interaction with you, and 97% of these people go to your page and then they leave without taking action. Because this inevitably happens, you have two choices. Number one, you can wave goodbye and say, see you later to those visitors and never see them again. Or number two, you can use that visitor data and create a retargeting campaign. And with the retargeting campaign, that allows you to get in front of that person again. They've already looked at you once, so why not let them look at you twice, 3 times, 4 times? The truth is that it takes an average of 7 customer touch points with your brand or business before they're ready to make a decision. So by utilizing a good retargeting ad campaign, you can force these interactions to happen and help warm them up faster to the products and services that you offer. And the good news is that creating a retargeting strategy is really simple to do, and I'm going to walk you through it. So for this example, I'm going to use Facebook ads using the Ads Manager from Meta. And the very first step to doing any of this is to create an audience of your website visitors. So let me make this very clear. Your Facebook pixel has to be active and working on your website for this to work. So if your pixel's working, let's move on to the next step. So inside of Ads Manager, you're going to click on the left-hand side and go to Audiences. And this is because we want to create an audience of all the website visitors who have visited your site. And the way that you would do this is you would just click Create Audience, and we're going to create a custom audience. And we want to use the website as the source of data, right? Because you have the pixel set up, the pixel is recording who is visiting your website. So we want to choose website here in this option, and we're going to click Next. So right here, we have an option to pick all website visitors or people who visited a specific page. So you can get really granular with this, right? So if I pick people who visited a specific web page, I just would have to give the URL parameter so that Facebook knows to create an audience for anybody who lands on that URL. But for today's example, we're just going to make it all website visitors to make it simple. So I'm just going to go ahead and click all website visitors. And now this next part is very, very important. On the audience retention, the maximum amount of time that Facebook gives you is 180 days. And I would absolutely recommend doing that. The reason why is that it's no secret that it's cheaper to run a Facebook ad campaign across a bigger audience. So if you set that audience retention to only 30 days, you're going to have a really small audience, which means that their frequency is going to increase, which means how many times are the people going to see your ad? They're going to get sick of it. They're going to get blasted with it way too much. So having a little bit bigger audience there makes sense. They're going to see the ads less often. You're going to deal with less ad fatigue, and you're going to be able to target more people who actually visited your website. And then all you have to do is give this an audience name. So you could call it Website Visitors 180 days, for example, and you'll go ahead and click Create Audience. Now, once you've done that, you'll see that your audience will show up in the left, and it might take some time for the audience to populate, but don't worry, you can start running ads immediately to this audience because it doesn't take Facebook very long to collect all these people. Now that you've created an audience, we want to create a retargeting ad for that audience. So the way that you're going to do that is you're going to go ahead and click on Create instead of Campaign to create a new campaign. So it's important at this screen to pick the right conversion goal, and in my experience, it should always either be sales or leads, and probably always sales if you're selling a service or a product. And the reason why is because they've already visited the website and now you're trying to get them to take action. So I'm going to go ahead and click sales here, and we're going to click continue. Now I'm going to go ahead and just click on the manual sales campaign option so I can show you the options that I would select. And then we're going to give it just a quick name like website, retarget. Now I'm not going to go over all of these settings, but I just want to show you how you would set up an ad targeting this actual audience that we've made. So I'm going to go ahead and click next, and this will take us to the ad set level where most of the settings apply here. So this kind of depends on what sort of business you are, right? If you're an e-commerce business and you're actually selling shirts or products, anything, right? On Facebook store versus your website, you may want to take them to website and shop. But for most of us that are selling, services or products, you would probably want to drive them back to your website. So I'm just going to pick website here for example purposes. And again here, we want to maximize the number of conversions. We don't want to pick some of these other goals, right? We don't want landing page views, because what Facebook is going to do is try and just cater to people who are going to click, but we want Facebook to cater to people who are actually going to be ready to convert. So we're going to click maximize number of conversions as our goal. Now again, once you've picked where you want them to go and they click on the ad, you'll want to make sure that you have a conversion event set. So this will already be pre-set up with your pixel depending on how you've done it, but you can create custom conversion events like a form fill. So for example, if the form fill was what I wanted to do for our website, I'll click that as the conversion goal or performance goal so that Facebook can keep track of how many people from my retargeting ad actually converted. So this is important. You want to make sure that this is set up. So this is going to be different for every business, but since we are going after our retargeting audience, I would start with a budget of at least $5 a day. And the reason why is if you go too high, you're really going to mess with that frequency metric, which means that those people are going to be blasted with your ad over and over and over every single day. And it could have the negative effect of where they're really bothered by your brand and your business. So I would set this conservatively from anywhere from $1 to $10 a day, depending on how big your audience is. The bigger the audience, the little bit more you can spend. The smaller the audience, I would turn that spend down. So now the most important part of this process is to pick the website visitor audience that we just created a little bit earlier. So as you scroll down here, you're going to see a section for audiences, and you're going to see right here, there's a switch to original audience options if you did the manual setup, which is what we did. So we're going to click on that, and we're going to use original audience. And down here, we're going to be able to pick which audience we want to use. So under custom audiences, we're going to want to type in the name of what our audience was. So we named it website visitors 180 days. So I've picked this audience for Facebook to target to. Now, this is very, very important. Please uncheck the advanced custom audience option here, because we do not want it to reach people beyond the custom audience, because what it will do is kind of ignore the audience that we just created and show it to people that it thinks is going to respond. We don't want to do that. That's better saved for a different ad strategy. So we're going to uncheck that, because now it's forcing itself to show the ad to our retargeting audience. Now, because we're forcing the audience, we do not need to worry about setting age ranges or genders. We don't care, because we're just targeting the people who have come to our website. Now, if you're running a massive website that gets a lot of kind of like junk traffic, then you might want to set those parameters. But for now, we're just going to leave those completely open. We're going to trust Facebook that it is just showing the ad to our retargeting audience that we've created. So now you'll be able to see that based on my audience's size, how many people Facebook thinks it's going to be able to show the ad to per day. So this is where the cost per day, where I put in $5 earlier, you may want to change this just based on how big your audience is. But I think a good rule of thumb would be to spend anywhere between $1 and $10 a day. Now, once you've gone through the ad set settings, the next part is to actually create the ad. Now, there's kind of two main suggestions that I would have for you when you create a retargeting ad. Number one, these people have already been to your website, but they didn't take action. So what could you present them with to kind of change their mind or get them to look at you another time? Well, one of the easiest ways to do that is with a good, solid offer. Now, that offer can look very different depending on what type of business you are. It could be a free consultation, or it could be 20% off, or it could be 50% off, right? You can think about what it is, but having some sort of offer to get them to do something is important, because if you just throw an ad out there that's like, hey, we're so-and-so and we do this, they already know that. They've already been to your page. But if it's, hey, we noticed that you looked at our website, or hey, are you interested in this? If you are, act right now and get an extra 30% off. That's going to help move the needle faster. So it's important to understand that when you're doing a retargeting campaign, you should have some sort of offer that makes it compelling for that visitor to come back to your website and potentially take action. So for example, for BKA's website, we have a couple of retargeting ads. So this one right here, right? Check out these amazing results. We have a static image ad, and the offer right here is to get a free SEO content audit, right? They can click here, they can fill out our form. That's just one. Now, because retargeting ads get shown so often to the audience, I would recommend having at least 2 to 3 ads set up in your ad set. And I would switch it up. So for example, you can see here in this mock retargeting ad, we have a video, we have another video, we have a static ad, and we have a carousel. So I would maybe do one of each just to keep it even so that they have some different ads to look at. You don't want to hit them with the same ad multiple times a day, over and over and over and over. And hopefully Facebook over time will give us some more parameters for sales and conversion type ads to be able to turn down the frequency or actually set a frequency cap. Right now you can't do that, so you're a little bit at the mercy of Facebook, just showing your ad a ton. But you'll notice here that the frequency is higher on these ads that we've tested, and it's important to give the audience a little bit of variety. So I would make sure you've got a video ad, a static ad, and a carousel ad just to do some testing and see which ads are resonating the best with your audience. So I hope that you can see the power of how a retargeting ad can help get the most out of your organic traffic. But what if you're not getting organic traffic? Well, if that's the case, then you need to watch this video where we go over how to outrank your competitors online to get valuable organic traffic so that you can implement a really good retargeting strategy with them. So make sure you click this video here, and I'll see you over there.